So we know we're going to be persecuted. Let me lost back. But what? Let me get this up. Get off. Lock it 1 second. Psalm 77 verse 11. Psalm 77 verse says, and I said, this is my infirmity, but I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. I'm going to read on. And I remember the works of Yahawashi Shah. Surely I remember thy wonders of old. So King David said, remember the wonders of old, man. Okay? The mighty works he did during David's time. Okay, the mighty works he did during the time of Moses, during the time of Joshua. Okay? During the times of Yahawashi, man. All the spiritual power that he had. During the time of the apostles, man. Daniel got thrown in the lion's den. Abstract, Meshach, and Abednego got thrown in the fire, man. And the Lord delivered them, man. Okay? That's the point. That's why it says, let me get Romans 15, verse 4. Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Man. Patience and comfort of the scriptures. Scriptures is the comfort of that. Okay, not money. Alright? Alright, let me read it again. Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience, you gotta have patience. The word of patience means you have to learn to suffer. Okay? And I know it seems long that we're taking L's right now, but we're gonna get the W's in a minute, man. Just gotta be patient. Patience is truly a virtue. It says, and comfort of the scriptures. How do you have comfort of the scriptures? By reading the mighty acts of old. Okay? You gotta read the mighty acts of old. You might have hope, man. So, we read the book of 1 Maccabees. I'm gonna get this precept I want to read. 1 Maccabees. Chapter 2, verse 51. Wow, this is crazy. 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 51. Call to remembrance what acts of our fathers did in their time. So shall it, this is Matthias speaking to his 5 sons. The time of the Maccabean revolt. So shall it receive great honor and an everlasting name. See? Because these men, they acts were written in these scriptures, man. They have an everlasting name. And we're going to get the same if we endure. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation? And it was imputed unto him for righteousness. Right? When he had to give up his son Isaac. Joseph, in the time of distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. He got thrown into prison because of some wicked ass slut, man. So that he tried to sleep with her, man. Tried to rape her. Seeing as our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of everlasting priesthood. All right. He was a grandson of Aaron. Let's read on. Joshua, or they got Jesus, for fulfilling the word was made a judge in Israel. Okay, and Joshua made the sun stand still, man. Okay, that's spiritual power right there. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the inheritance of the land. David, for being merciful, the throne of an everlasting kingdom. We all know the mighty works of David. Okay, he had enemies in Israel. He had to fight the nations surrounding the children of Israel at that time. He had to fight his own son. Guess what? He came out on top, man. Because he had faith, man. Elijah, for being zealous and fervent of the law, was taken up into heaven. He got translated. Right? And he did mighty works as well, the prophet Elijah. It says, Ananias, Azariah, and Mishael, by believing, was saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions. Just going through a rundown. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. That's the point, man. Okay? That's the point, man. The scripture says, what? 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. We know, fear Esau, man, or his propaganda. 63. Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into the dust, and his start is come to nothing. And what's that ultimate thought that they have? That they're going to keep ruling from age to age, that new world order, man. That's going to come to naught, man. Okay? Yahawashi and the angels going to they're going to party crash, man. And the prophets are the ultimate party crashes, man. Okay? Yes, we're set up to ruin everything, to cast shit down, man. That's what scripture says, man. Shaky the hand that they may go to the gates of the nobles, that they complain to their leaders, they complain to the media, get them guys off the street, man. That's the point, man. All right, that's the point it's gonna get to. But the scripture says, man, none that put their trust in him shall be overcome, man. So you got to remember the mighty works of old. That's how you're comforted in the scriptures. All right, let me get another precept I want to read. Matter of fact, let me get another. Get the book of Esther. That's what we keep for Rim. Because Haman tried to, the Edomite, okay, who was also a Macedonian, which proved the Edomites went up into Europe. For you guys out there talking about Japheth as a white man, you guys don't know the scriptures, man. Alright? The Japhetic people are the people in the Philippines, the Indonesia, Malaysia, okay? Southeast Asia. Okay, the people of the Isles, man. The islands, man. Those are the Japhetic people who got pushed further east through the time of Philip of Macedon. Also known as the Medes. Also known as the Etruscans. Alright? None of those people were white people, man. Okay? They even tell you, got the British archaeologist, I think it's Sir Arthur Evans, who said that the first Greeks, or Javans, were people of color, man. So Haman did go up, the Edomites did go up into Macedon. That's where Alexander the Greek come from. And eventually they did take the kingdom from the Persians. So that's a little history right there, but read his precept, going into Esther. And they make it seem like all we do is hate, hate, hate. We go into scriptures, some brothers going to archaeology, going to the Hebrew, the Greek. Come on, man, going to prophecy first and foremost. Okay, go into the laws. Come on, man. Let me read the book of Esther, the editions of Esther. Editions of Esther, chapter 13. It's the persecution our people faced during that time as well, during the time of the Persians. See, Israel was always persecuted. Oh, this is a lot to read. Let me see if I can cut through. Let me just read on down. Why not? Let's go into this read. Esther chapter, edition of Esther chapter 13, verse 1. The copies of the letters was this. The king Artaxerxes writeth these things to the princes and the governors that under him from India unto Ethiopia in 127 provinces. After that I became lord over many nations and had dominion over the whole world, not lifted up in presumption of my authority, but carrying myself always with equity and mildness. I purpose to settle my subjects continually in a quiet life, and making my kingdom peaceable and open for passage to the uttermost host to renew peace, which is the desire of all men. But I'd ask my counselors now this might be brought to pass: Haman, Edomite, that excelling wisdom among us, was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom. So he was second to King Artaxerxes, this devil, man. And he tried to usurp him, okay? Because that was the Macedonians' goal. Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandments of the king, so as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorable intended by us, cannot go forth. Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continued in opposition unto all men, different in the strange manner of their laws, talking about the Israelites, us, and evil affected to our state, working the mischief that they can take our kingdom, may not be firmly established. Therefore we have commanded that all that are signified in writing unto you by Haman. See, Haman was wicked, man. He's the one who orchestrated this. Who was ordained over the affairs that is next unto us, shall all and their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their names, the sword of the enemy, Salakia, without all mercy and pity, the 14th day of the 12th month Adar of this present year. Okay, so Haman got the king to sign a letter to destroy the Israelites, man. See? The persecution, man. So we're going to read on down. That they who of old of now also malicious may in one day with violence go into the grave, so ever after cause our affairs to be well settled and without tremble. That's that enmity from the womb. He wanted our people to be utterly destroyed. And Esau wants that again. He wants that birthright back. Well, let's read. Then Mordecai thought upon all the works of the Lord and made his prayer unto him. He thought about all the mighty works of God, man. Okay? Right? Because Haman wanted them to bow down. And Mordecai didn't do that. Okay? So Haman had enmity. Like, yo, these people got to go, man. The same thing, we not bowing down to Esau's plans. So now they realize we got to go. Okay? But what did Mordecai say? Verse 12. We'll read through some parts. Thou knowest all things. It's a prayer. And thou knowest, Lord, Yahawashi, it was neither in contempt nor pride nor desire of glory that I did not bow down to proud Haman. For I could have content with goodwill for the salvation of Israel and kiss the soles of his feet. But I did this, that I may not prefer the glory of man above the glory of the Most High. Neither will I worship any but thee, O Yahawah Shemel Shai. Neither will I do it in pride. And this is what he said. He said, and now, O Yahawah Shemel Shai, power and king, spare thy people. And the only one that's going to be spared now is the elect. For their eyes are open upon us to bring us to naught. And it's happening right now. They desire to destroy the inheritance that thou hast been, that have been thine from the beginning. Despise not the portion which thou hast delivered out of Egypt for thy own self. Hear my prayer and be merciful unto thine inheritance. Turn our sorrow into joy, that we may live, O Yahawashi. Praise thy name. Okay, and IUIC getting persecuted right now. Y'all guys won't glorify the name. Alright, that's another thing happening now. Alright, all this turmoil happening. Their old members coming out, man, on their bishops, extorting money, being unjust, being hypocrites. The modern day Pharisees. Read on, it says, praise thy name and destroy not the mouths of them that praise thee, O Yahawashi. All Israel is like manna, cried most earnestly unto the Lord, because their death was before their eyes. See, and that's happening now, man. And guess what? You have to cry earnestly, pray, man. Like Yahawashi said, men ought to always pray and never faint. Okay? Alright, good. Right? Men ought to always pray and never faint. See? So that was some good history right there. The persecution of the saints. Okay? And the Lord told us that we won't have to suffer persecution for the word's sake. Okay? The Apostle Paul went through persecution. Let me get into some history now. The Spirit got me on going into these things, man. Remember the mighty works of old. Okay? The church always got persecuted, man. Acts 12 chapter. Show you something. Let's get one of the mighty works of both. Acts 12 and 1. We on? Alright, good. Yeah. Acts 12 and 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread, the Passover. When he had apprehended, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, and intended after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing. And like I did that video, we all got to pray more. Me, myself, man. See? Got to pray. The scripture says, pray without ceasing, man. Pray in everything, man. You know, pray to Yahawashi to bless your food, man. Right? Barak ma'akal, man. Bless the food, man. Alright? Bless the meat, mazawan, the bread, lakam. Always pray to Yahawashi, man. Okay? When you're on day-to-day traveling, you got enemies, send up curses on it, man. But always give thanks, man. Alright? Always tamiyad, man. Read on, it says, Peter was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and light shined off the prison, and he smote Peter on the side. He smote him, man, hit him hard, and raised him up, and said, Arise up quickly. And his chains fell from off his hands. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself, and bind thy sandals. And so did he. And said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee, and follow him. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but he thought he saw a vision. And when they passed the first and second ward, then came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of their own accord, and they went out and passed unto one street, and forthwith the angel departed from it. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, Now that I know of a surety that the Lord sent his angel and had delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectations of the people and of the Jews, man. Because a lot of our people are going to hand this in. See? So the Yahawashi delivered Peter out of prison. See? Yahawashi delivered Peter, man. So that's what the scripture says, to remember the mighty works of old, man. Remember, man. Right? And that's going to be our comfort in this day and time. Let's see if I get a precept.